Hello everybody, I hope you are all okay. Welcome to this evening's training. So I'm just literally hopped on a couple of minutes early just to give you a chance to see your notifications and jump on if you are joining me live this evening. Hope you've all had an amazing Christmas. Are you still in Christmas mode, or are you sort of sliding out of Christmas mode into New Year's mode? I am definitely the latter, sliding into New Year's mode. So I'm quite excited about the training this evening because I think it's going to help lots of you kickstart 2023 in a really powerful way. So hopefully, even if you don't manage to join me live, if you catch this on replay, hopefully this training will really help you get 2023 off and running. And for those of you in the future watching this on a replay, then it doesn't really matter when you watch this. It could be 2023, it could be 2024. I'm sure the content that will be in this video will be helpful to you in some way, and that you'll be able to take some of it and utilise it within your business as well. So never ever overlook training, even if it's a couple of years old. There's always content in the training that's still relevant today, and if it's not necessarily relevant, it might be different ideas and aspects that perhaps you haven't thought about before that you think, actually I can use this in my business. So I'm just going to give it a minute or so for people to join. I'm just going to see if I can invite a few people. Bear with me. Okay. So I've invited who I can. So if you are joining me live this evening, pop a little hello in the comments below. If you are, like I say, joining a replay at some stage in the future, pop in a little hashtag replay and pop in the date, because it'd be really cool to see when people actually watch this video in the future. Hi Claire, how are you? I would say happy Christmas, but we're kind of past happy Christmas. Hope you're okay. So let's just see if anybody else is going to join. If not, it will be a nice one-on-one for me and you this evening. A little look. Okay, so it might be useful if you're going to watch this training to have a notepad and pen with you. I know that I personally, when I've done training over the years, I've done all sorts. I've listened on the go when I'm walking the dogs, doing the housework, that kind of thing, and always thought, oh damn, I wish I had a pen and I could write that down. I've done the listening in the car, not been able to write it down, and I've done the concentration where I was sat at a table, got my notepad and pen and written loads down, so much so I missed actually the whole point of the conversation. So I think for training, you have to learn how you learn, and sometimes with things like this, what I've discovered is if you listen and kind of enjoy the content live, you tend to get better results out of it. But also if you listen live, you're kind of following the flow of the training, and then if you have a notepad, you might just really quickly want to write a note down. And then what I do is, if I think, oh actually that was really useful, I need to go back and I need to re-listen, then you can re-listen on a replay and make more notes second time. Sometimes things take a few minutes to digest, or a couple of days to digest, before we can actually articulate what we want out of that training, if that makes sense. Hello, somebody else is watching. Say hello if you're watching live. Okay, so this evening is all about creating and having a Facebook business page. But I wanted to start off with the simplistic side of it, and that is like, why? Why have a Facebook business page? So I'm going to go through 20 reasons why it's really good for a direct seller, for a Scentsy consultant to have a business page. And within a couple of minutes into this training, you'll figure out if it's for you or if it's not for you, okay? So here we go. I have notes this evening, so if you see me looking down and then looking up, that is Why? So let's have a little look. So if we just take a second to think about Facebook, we tend to have our own personal page, and a lot of us have a customer group, and some of us have a business page. So there's three elements, there's three kind of platforms within Facebook that we can use to help us create the business that we want to create. If you're doing this just as a hobby for a little bit of extra money, this training might not be for you, okay? But I want to ask you some questions, and then I want you to think about the answers, because the answers to the questions will determine, actually, could this training help you? So let me just, before we get started properly, let me just talk to you about those three platforms on Facebook, and how we are supposed to use them, okay? Because most people don't understand how to use them, and most people don't understand how to use them in synergy, okay? Because actually they all form part of your persona, your branding, your business, okay? So, number one, and this is how I describe it, your Facebook business page is the only, of the three platforms, is the only platform that can only be a public platform. So every single thing that you're going to create and you're going to put onto your business page is completely public. And the reason for that is that it's a business page. So it's almost like the equivalent of a virtual shop, okay? And the whole point of it being public and visible to everybody is because it's about attracting people to you. So if you think about a high street and a shop, to get people in the door to purchase, to browse, to purchase, you need to attract them in. So, you know, the street you pick to put a business on, the windows that you create to attract people, the logo, the design, the shop front, the shop name, all attracts people. The lighting attracts people. The music that they can hear from outside attracts people. So your business page, if the way that I found it really easy to kind of think about creating my business page is to think of it as a complete virtual shop. Your shop on a virtual high street, and the aim of you is to attract people into your shop, okay? Your customer group is the opposite, complete opposite. So your customer group tends to be private, first of all, and it can be private visible, which means it can be found, you can't see in it, or it can be private hidden, which means it's private and it's not traceable anywhere on social media, okay? And the reason why a customer group needs to be private is because it's a community and it needs to be a safe, trusted space, okay? However, because it is private, only out of the whole wide world, the only people that ever see what you do as a business in a customer group are just the people in it. So if you draw a comparison, your business page is completely public, everyone around the whole wide world can see your business, can step into your business, okay? Can see what you're doing, can see what you're posting, can see when you're open, can see what you offer, and they can decide if they step in, okay? So that's billions upon billions of people, okay? And just to give you a stat, 3 billion people use Facebook every single day. 3 billion, okay? So if you've got a public Facebook business page, you're going to be seen by anybody all over the world, okay? Your customer group, however, is private. It's only ever seen by the 150 people out of the whole wide world that are in there, okay? Your personal profile is not for selling, okay? So many people get this wrong. They think they should sell on a personal profile. Actually, I know quite a lot of people, and somebody I know last week had her personal page completely shut down from selling on it, okay? So a personal profile is not for selling. It's not a retail space, it's a social space. So your personal profile to leverage it, to put it into the synergy of your business page and your customer group, your personal profile is what holds it all together. Your personal profile should be a lifestyle profile. So it should be true, it should be authentic, it should be genuine, it should be you, it should be your family, your day-to-day living, your holidays, whatever it is about you should be on there. But it shouldn't be sell, 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 join, 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 okay? Because that's not the aim of the game. But it can be a lifestyle page where you show how Scentsy has blessed your life, so how you are benefiting from being a Scentsy consultant. So you could show a night out with the team. You could show an award you've won and you've put it on your bookshelf. It could be you've treated yourself with your host rewards and you've got a warmer that you've wanted for ages. It could be you've taken the kids out all to the cinema on a Saturday night as a treat, and it could be that your Scentsy income has allowed you to do that, okay? So it's a lifestyle, it's how has Scentsy benefited me kind of page, along with your normal personal life, but it's not for actively selling, it's not for actively recruiting. You don't need 4,000 friends on there. In fact, algorithms dictate that if you've got 4,000 friends, if you've got 3,000 friends, if you've got 2,000 friends, you might be going, I haven't got that many, nor have I. If you've got 500 friends, okay, but you only ever speak to 50 of them, the 450 that are dead weights, that actually don't interact with you, don't view your post, don't like your post, don't comment on your post, don't actively get involved with you on your personal Facebook page, they are actually preventing your posts, what you create in your personal life, from all the people that actually are interested from seeing them. Because Facebook says, well, you're on a social platform but you're not sociable, nobody's interacting with you and you're not interacting with them, so we obviously presume that you're not a particularly interesting person, therefore we're not going to really show what you write on your personal page. So there's a knock-on effect by how you use social media. And that also goes for, in the past, quite a lot, I've seen consultants forgetting themselves slightly and posting quite political, quite religious opinions, maybe rude posts, rude context on their personal page, which I'm not saying is right or wrong, I'm not having an opinion on the content, but it can put people off, and therefore you can lose your traction of what you're posting, and therefore people don't interact, therefore your algorithms go down. This is all personal page, by the way. And then they try to put a Scentsy post on to sell something and no one's interested because it doesn't fit. So you have to kind of be mindful if you're going to do Scentsy or a direct selling business, for example, and use Facebook and want to explore the 3 platforms and use them to benefit you, you have to understand how they benefit you and then how to use them to continue to benefit you. If you don't have the understanding, what happens is you throw out information with no real understanding of where I'm putting it and why I'm putting it there and what do I want from it, because actually it has to be slightly thought out, okay? People that randomly throw information out on Facebook tend to not do very well consistently. They tend to hit lots of plateaus because they're not actually considering, well, what do I want to achieve out of this post? Who am I aiming this post at? What results do I want to get? How will that help me in my business? They just roll posts out just for the sake of creating posts. And actually, each platform, your personal page being lifestyle, your customer group being all about community, and your business page being all about attraction marketing, they all need and require a slightly different touch. They need slightly different content, and they need a slightly different vibe from you, almost like you're stepping into the 3 persons that you are: your personal person, your community hub, your friendly, know, like and trust place where people know you and you're comfortable, and then your business profile, which is your business page. There's 3 sort of types of you, if that makes sense, that you need to learn to work with, to work those platforms so they are synergetic. Is that a word? But they work in synergy together and give you the results that you want. I might have just made a word up. You'll have to let me know. Okay, so that's to give you a little bit of background reasoning. Okay, so let's ask you these questions, because these are the questions that will determine if this training is for you. And if you answer no to one or more of these, then perhaps this training isn't for you, and if that is the case, switch off now and go do something else. Okay, but if you answer yes to one or more of these, then this training is potentially for you. So if you have a yes, pop it in the comments. Do you want more customers? Me. Do you want to reach higher PRV each month? Yes. Do you want to earn more commission? Yes. Do you want to do more parties? Online? Yes. Do you want to grow a team? Yes. And do you want to grow a hobby into a business? I've already done that, so I can't answer yes to that one. Claire's saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, so this training is for you, Claire, and hopefully whoever else watches this on replay at some stage will also have some yeses in those questions as well. So how will having a Facebook page help you? So these are the 20 ways that it will help you, and I'm going to try to expand on each one a little bit, but I'm mindful of time. So if you have any questions regarding any of these, please reach out to me and I'll happily explain in a little bit more detail if you need them. So if you think about what you already currently have, so let's say if I take me into the equation, so let's say I have got 500 friends on Facebook. Out of those 500 friends on my personal profile, a proportion of those will be team members, a proportion will be customers, a proportion will be friends, a proportion will be family, and a proportion will be acquaintances, people that maybe I've worked with in the past, went to school with in the past, know through a club or something like that. And then a proportion of those people probably I've networked with, don't know, have nothing to do with. Okay, so my personal page is not really the place that I would be broadening my business. Okay, my personal page is just me. Okay, my business page is full of followers, some of which I know, a lot of which I do not know. So that's great, because that's obviously I'm reaching new people, which is fantastic. My customer group is contained, so it's private, so I'm only reaching the people in that customer group. So to grow my business, I can't rely on my personal profile, because they're either in my team, they're either a customer, they're either my friends and buy from me, or just a friend, they're either my family, buy from me or don't buy from me, or they're acquaintances that if they haven't bought from me by now they probably won't, or they're people I don't really know. So that is really not the place to sell. That's what I was saying about 5 minutes ago. Your personal page isn't really the place to sell. You may occasionally scoop up some interest, you may occasionally scoop up a sale, but it's not where you want to concentrate your time on. My customer group are customers that I've already got, okay? So I can't broaden that unless they're referring people to me, and people do refer, but it's not something you can rely on. The rate at which customers refer people to you is slow. The rate at which you can go and find new customers is more in your control. That's where your business page is like, sky's the limit. Okay, what you create on there is so broad, you can attract people in all over the world to you by you being you, by you sharing and all those things, creating content, great content, and that's what will attract and broaden your horizons for you. So one of the first reasons you need a business page is you're going to bring brand new eyes on your business, okay? The second reason is your business page allows you to reach your ideal customer faster and easier. Now, this is a controversial conversation, who is our ideal customer? Because actually, yes, there is one, but that doesn't mean everybody in your customer base who eventually goes on to buy from you is in the target market, is a ideal customer, because people will shop with you from all different demographics, all different backgrounds, but the ideal customer, as far as Scentsy is concerned, if you open up your consultant guide, I think it's in there, and if you can't see it in there, if you go onto the workstation and you download a document, I think the document is called How to Sell Wax and Warmers, quite simply like that. In there it talks about the ideal customer, the target customer, and it says something along the lines of they are middle income, so that would suggest perhaps a couple who both have jobs, good full-time careers, good jobs, good income, who perhaps have children but can afford the children to go into after-school clubs and that kind of thing, activities, that kind of thing, perhaps can afford to go on holiday a couple of times a year, and have a certain amount each month of expendable income, and they like nice things and they are happy to purchase nice things. That's the typical ideal customer that Scentsy Products is aiming at, okay? But no business just aims at people like a bow and arrow and each time, you know, gets bullseye. It doesn't work like that. You aim your content at the target customer, but lots of other customers en route will come and shop with you. You might get customers that spend £7.25 one bar of wax once a month. You might get customers that have a £20 budget once a month. You might get customers that can only afford to shop with you every 2 or 3 months, and you might get customers that can spend £200–300 with you every couple of months. So although we have a target customer, it doesn't mean that every single one of your customers will be a target customer, if that makes sense. So when you are using a Facebook business page, you want to know in your heart of hearts that you are fully behind the brand, okay? The brand is priced at the target customer. So what won't work is if you think it's expensive, if you think it's too pricey, if you think people won't buy, the psyche will come out the way that you truly think will come out in the way that you communicate. And what tends to happen is if you don't believe in the product, you will undersell it, and when you undersell it, you will sell less, and you will also potentially hit the people at the other end of the spectrum from your target market that potentially don't have the kind of income to treat themselves very often. There's nothing wrong with that at all, okay, but it won't help you grow a business particularly quickly if you're constantly coming up against people that are going, a bit pricey, a bit expensive, or I can't afford that, have you got anything for this amount of money? It makes your life more difficult because the product isn't marketed to that demographic, it's marketed to the demographic that I explained. So when you're posting, the belief that you have in the product has to come through in the way that you communicate on your business page. You have to be absolutely fine about talking about how amazing a £67 warmer is, because do you know what? It is. It's gorgeous, it's lifetime, it's hand finished, it's beautiful, it's a statement piece. You have to really believe in the products, because the more you believe, the more confident you will get about showcasing all of the different products. When you start to showcase all the different products, you will start, those arrows that you're firing out, they will start to hit more and more and more and more target customers. And when you hit them and they come into your world and they like and they follow and they interact and then they go on to shop with you, your sales will go up. Okay, so it's really important that you have that belief behind the brand, because the target customer is the target customer. The price of the products is the price of the products. So you mustn't allow your personal circumstances to put you off selling the products and being behind the brand for what it is. Do you know what I mean? We all think in life some things are more expensive and, oh, I don't really want to pay that kind of money. Well, that's fine, that's personal choice. But when you do Scentsy as a business, you personally might think, oh, do you know what, I couldn't ever afford to get that full price, but I can get it on my host rewards. That's okay to think that, because if you then have a customer that thinks, oh, £67 is too expensive, you can then confidently offer them the chance to host a party and get it as a half price. Or you can say, look, you can join, sign up and build up an order and get it half price. So you've got options that you can offer when you're confident about being behind the brand, and being able to talk about the brand and all the different levels of the pricing structure. So reaching your target audience, reaching more and more people that can afford to shop with you, is kind of like the aim of the game. If we were trying to be the equivalent of like a pound shop, a bargain scented home fragrance brand, we would be presenting products a lot less expensive and hitting a different demographic, but that isn't our demographic. So hopefully that makes sense on that point. Reason number 3 to have a Facebook business page is when you follow a business page, you see it in your thread. Okay, so a customer can choose to follow or unfollow a business page. They can choose whether they see all posts or just relevant posts. Okay, so they can have a little bit of control over what they see, and that's down to you communicating how to follow a business page, which you will learn how to do that. But when you've got followers, every single one of your followers potentially is following your page simply, hi Maria, simply by following your page. So when they go onto Facebook, they don't have to go onto your page, they don't have to go into your group, they will see any post that you've got will appear on their newsfeed. So you are in effect getting in front of more and more and more people on a daily basis who are genuinely interested in you and Scentsy because they've followed your page. Okay, so you're getting in front of more and more people every single day, getting your reputation out there, getting your branding out there, getting your personality out there by having a business page. Whereas if you go back to what I was talking about with your Facebook group, that's private. The only people ever get to see it are the customers that are already shopping with you. Okay, so reason number 4 to have a business page: enable you to build up your own unique brand with Scentsy. So what do I mean by this? So I say this a lot to my front line. The only thing that differentiates you and me is how I do Scentsy and how you do Scentsy. The products are the same, the prices are the same, your PWS is the same. Okay, so how I present Scentsy to my audience, how I do it is unique to me. How you do it is unique to you. And that arrows out effect of like putting your content out there into the universe, into the world. The whole point of like standing in your confidence, standing in your personality, standing in your uniqueness, and being able to portray who you are and what you're doing on a public platform, Facebook business page. When that goes out into the universe, people will see it, and the people that like my content will gravitate to me, and the people that like your content will gravitate to you, because that's natural selection, that's attraction marketing. no two people like exactly the same. So being you and embracing your brand means being visible on your Facebook business page, letting people hear and see you. Hear you by going live, doing recordings, whatever you feel confident doing a reel, what have you. Seeing you, so when you're taking a photo of a product, I haven't got a product, but when you're taking a photo, actually having you in it, rather than using a created flyer from a flyer group, which are all brilliant and they all have their place, but it isn't unique, it isn't you. And also creating your branding is knowing wholeheartedly that you are a Scentsy consultant, but it's your business, okay? So having your own logo, having a banner that distinguishes your difference to my difference, instead of just having independent Scentsy consultant in a logo that's again created for us by somebody. Having your face on your logo, having my face on my logo is the difference. My expression is different to your expression. The products that I'm holding is different to potentially the products that you're holding. So it's really about embracing you and kind of getting over yourself a little bit. We all have egos, and I've done a lot of ego work in the past. And egos are a really weird thing. They are what can hold you back as much as push you forward. And when your ego, you might think you don't have an ego, but if you're worried about going live on Facebook, you have an ego, okay? Because your ego is going, yeah, but your hair's not good enough. Yeah, but the lighting's not great. But you've not got enough makeup on. But you're in dirty clothes. You can't be bothered to go and iron your new clothes or what have you. I'm not prepared, and the background doesn't look great. Your ego is talking you out of your opportunity, because your ego says everything must be perfect. For me to succeed, it must be perfect. Wrong, okay? It's better to just do than to try to be perfect, because 9 times out of 10 you'll never get to perfection, okay? There is no such thing. So if you worry too much, you stop yourself from succeeding. And I remember when I first started doing lives, I had a fan on me, I had a glass of water, I swallowed like a whole bottle of rescue remedy, and I hated it. I was sweating, and I literally gave myself a minute to get like verbal diarrhea out and then logged off, okay, because it was just all too much. Now I could have just not done it. My ego was telling me, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't look very good, you don't look as glamorous as all these other star consultants or whatever I was at the time. You know, you're going to look a fool, your friends are going to judge you, people are going to laugh at you, da, 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 da. I could have listened to my ego and not done it, but the bigger picture is get over yourself, get over your ego, put your ego to bed, because do you know what? If you had a customer in front of you, she's going to see your face. She's going to see your hair, she's going to see your teeth, she's going to see your clothes, she's going to see you. So what is the difference of being on a live or on a video? None, okay? People will judge, people won't judge. That is life. You can go into the supermarket, you could be looked at by 100 people that think, oh, she's pretty. You could be looked at by 100 people that think, oh my God, look at the state of that woman coming out into the supermarket looking like that. But do you know what? You just have to do your shopping, don't you? So don't allow your ego to stop you, okay? You creating your unique brand on your business page is so important, okay? So step into you, own you, be confident with you, and know that over a period of a year, you're going to grow. Over a period of 2 years, you're going to grow even more. And you know, in 3 years time, you'll look back at the first few videos you did on your business page and probably cringe, but you'll think, do you know what, how far have I come? It's incredible, okay? Okay, sorry, I was just reading my battery. I had a message about my battery. It's like, it's plugged in. Why is it sending me things like that? Okay. Reason number 5. So, sharing your products with more people. So if you're just using your customer group and you're posting about a product and you've got 150 people in there, potentially 10% will see it. So 15 people might see it. Out of the 15, 1 might be interested. You may get a sale. But when you post a product on your business page, it's open to the universe, it's open to everybody in the world. 100 people could see it, 1,000 people could see it, 10,000 people could see it, okay? And as you build your content on your business page, you'll get more and more followers, and your post will get seen by more and more people, the reach will expand, etc, etc. So if you want to grow more business, if you want to grow more sales, if you want to grow more PRV, if you want to grow more commission, then don't hide in a customer group. You need to be out there using your business page. Number 6, share your services with more people. So again, same thing. If 150 people are in your customer group and you're talking about hosting a party, 10% will see it, so that's 15 people. Out of that 15 people, how many people realistically are going to go, yeah, I want a party? You might get one. You might get one. Okay, but if you're talking about parties and you're promoting parties, and maybe you're sharing images of parties that you've done, maybe you're sharing your prep of how you prepare for a party on your business page, and showing the consumer, the customer, the journey of somebody saying, yes please, I want a party, through to you getting dolled up in your Scentsy t-shirt with your Scentsy suitcase or your Scentsy luggage bag, whatever it is that you're taking your kit out in. That journey gets into people's minds. Okay, oh, that looks cool, that looks interesting, or she doesn't look like she's taking like a car's worth with her. I've got enough space, I could potentially host a party. If she's only bringing a bag, I think I could do that in the kitchen. I might message that lady. Okay, so sharing your product, sharing your services, point 6, is so important because your reach is massive in comparison to your customer group. Okay, number 7. Is this all making sense? Am I going too quickly? I hope I'm trying to sort of not go too slowly. Okay, another reason to have a business page is to share all your upcoming events that you do with a wider audience. So again, it could be that you are hosting an open house event. If you show your consumer, your customer, your audience on your Facebook business page the journey of creating a flyer for your open house, doing up your goodie bags for your open house, setting up your display for your open house, getting cakes for your open house. If you're showing the journey to your audience and they start to watch, and then you have these regularly, they get more and more interested in these open houses, and they'll be like, oh, do you know what, she looks really nice, she looks really friendly, it looks really informal, it looks really comfortable, she said there's no pressure, look, she even does goodie bags, she's local to me, I might message her. Okay, but if only you're showing that in your customer group, the likelihood is you'll get less people interested in seeing what you're up to. But when you put it out into the wider audience, onto your business page, you can reach so many more people. Number 8, so a way to think of your Facebook business page is, and this is fantastic, is like a free website that basically anybody can join, watch, follow, interact with you all around the world, and it's like one big funnel. Okay, because everything that you will create over the days, over the months, over the years on your business page literally is just full of exciting, interesting things. People will be able to see like albums where you've done events, they'll be able to see albums where you've done parties, they'll be able to see products that you retail, they'll be able to see reels where you've done demonstrations, all sorts of things, unboxing videos, all sorts of things. It's such an interesting place to go and visit, that over time, that in itself will promote and market your business for you. Because I'll give you an example of me. So if I was talking to a friend and she said, oh, I bought this ring, it's a really, really lovely ring, it's off this lady, she makes jewellery, for example, I'd be like, oh, what's the business page? That would be the first thing. I would then go onto her business page, and before I'm even looking at the pictures, I'd be looking at the content. I would be going through her services, I'd be looking in her albums, I'd be looking at her videos to see, does she Does she talk about the jewellery? Does she do any demonstrations? Does she show how it's made? All that kind of thing. Does she show her design work? And then I would start flicking through the content. And then I would follow her for a little while. And if she's got a shop, because you can have a shop on Facebook, business pages as well, I would start to look through her shop and to see, what times of the year does she have like sales, because if I'm going to invest, might feel more comfortable investing on a sale item to start off with to gently ease me in, and then go from there, because I want to buy something, see what the service is like, and how valued I feel as a customer. So I'm one of those types of customers. So actually building that free website in effect over time, which is your business page, you can go on and utilize all that content forever. You can repurpose posts from a month ago, a year ago. You can repurpose videos that you did from a month ago, a year ago. You can repurpose images and reuse them. You can repurpose anything in there. You can click on the link and send it to people. It's amazing, and it's free. Okay. Number 9, enable you to share contact information with a wider audience. So again, my husband said to me yesterday, is this shop open? Because I'd like to go and have a little look to see if they've got X, Y, and Z. Straight onto Facebook, straight onto the business page, straight onto their services. What time are they open? Yes, they're open. Brilliant. So when are you available? When are you open? When do you work? Do you work evenings and weekends? Do you work during the week? Because if I'm messaging you and I want to know information, I kind of want a guideline on when you're around, okay? So you're able to share contact information, and if you're not around, do you have a website? Do you have an email address? Do you have a telephone number? Do I contact you via WhatsApp? So having all of that is great, because people like to reach out and connect in all sorts of different ways. You might have people in the UK wanting to connect, straight onto your website. Other people might want to connect with you through WhatsApp. So again, having those services available can start to attract people to you. It's also, number 10, a great place to keep existing customers really interested, engaged, and up to date with what's going on, because existing customers tend to fizzle on the interest front. Okay, totally normal. What do I mean by that? So if your customers have bought a few warmers and they tend to stock up on 6 bars of wax, what you might find is when they're running low, they'll contact you and they'll be visible in your potentially in your customer group, and they'll comment on a couple of things. But then once they start using them and it's a few weeks have gone by and a few more weeks have gone by, you don't hear from them, you don't see them, they're not interacting, because to be fair, there's no reason to until they run out of wax. And if your customer group, there's lots of amazing positives about a customer group, but one of the downsides about a customer group is if the customers don't interact, Facebook believe that they're in a community, they're not interacting, therefore the community content can't be that good, and therefore the customers are not interested, so they actually stop showing the customers the content because they presume the customer's not interested. So actually they'll see less and less and less in your customer group because they're not interacting. Whereas if they follow your business page, it will automatically show up on their news feed. And if you are sharing a diverse array of products, if you're sharing journeys of events, journeys of parties, anything you're creating, anything you're doing within your business that's variety based, it's more interesting for them to see when they're scrolling on their Facebook feed. They'll see you something about a party, they'll see you something about a product, they'll see you something about an event, they'll see you something about testers, they'll see you something about a team. So it's much more interesting because it's not just wax and warmers, which is their typical go-to. Okay. Number 11, you will be able to learn about your audience and their demographics, and if you are reaching the right people, and to be able to market your content to the right people. So with a Facebook page, there is a meta platform which is linked to it, which sounds a bit confusing. Once you've set up a business page, it will make sense. So don't worry about what is meta, how does that work, okay? It's basically a business manager platform. It's the behind the scenes of what you can do in your business on your business page so you can see the activity, what's going on. So you'll be able to see how many people like, how many people follow, what posts you do have the biggest amount of comments, or likes, so they're the most popular posts that your customers have liked. But you'll also be able to see the demographics, the age group of people. You'll also be able to see if they're male or female, and you'll also be able to see the towns and the cities that most people are viewing your page from. And that is brilliant, because if you are aiming at Scentsy target audience, which I would urge you to try to do, because it's the core of the business, and Scentsy being a billion-dollar company know what they're doing. So if you are aiming at that 35 to 45 female, has got expendable income, blah 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 blah, when you look at your insights, your stats on your Facebook business page, if you've hit those markers, then you will know that the content you're creating is being aimed at the right people, but not just that you're aiming at the right people are watching you, liking, commenting, etc. Okay, so it's got some really great business part to it behind the scenes, that will help you to navigate what you're doing a little bit more, which is what I was saying right at the beginning about creating content on purpose, so intentionally, to get certain results. Okay. Number 12, grow your reputation locally and internationally. So a lot of people stay small. A lot of people will say, everybody in my village shops with somebody else. There's too many consultants. Everybody in my town shops with these people. There's too many consultants. Number one, that's rubbish, okay? Number two, we are by no means flat out with Scentsy Consultants in the UK. We are nowhere near saturation point. Absolutely couldn't be further from it. So, you know, you could have 10 people in your street that are Scentsy Consultants, but the chances are you don't really cross over your social networks. Okay, so the idea really is to be known locally, because you put your location and you put your address in when you create a business page, but you also will eventually start to broaden that out. Okay, eventually people will stumble on your page that live in Belgium, or that live in Spain, or that live in Ireland, okay, live in America, live in Australia, and they will, if they start interacting on their page, your page will show. If they start commenting, eventually the algorithms start to jiggle around a little bit, and more of their friends and family will see what they're seeing, and then they might visit your page and like your page and become a follower. So you can actually grow way into the wide world. Okay, you don't have to just be thinking I can only sell locally. You shouldn't be wanting to only sell locally. What you should be wanting is customers in all the different counties of England, and team members from all the areas, all the countries around the world that we can recruit in. Because if you're thinking just my village, my street, my town, you're thinking too small, and that's the thought processes of a hobbyist, not thought processes of somebody that's wanting to build a business. Okay. Number 13, another reason to have a business page is to drive traffic to your Scentsy website and turn followers into customers, host, shop, join. So having great content on your business page and sharing your link to your website, either in a written post, or you can actually, if you grow a shop, you can actually put your link onto the product that appears in the image. It's not complicated, but you would have to learn how to do it. If a customer then clicks on that image, the link that's built into the image takes them straight to that product on your website where they can go on to purchase. So it's seamless, in the funnel effect, that you capture the audience, they come in, they interact, they like, they follow, they see, they click, takes them to your website and takes them to purchase. Okay, fantastic. So it can take them to purchase, it can take them to booking a party, to your contact you form on your website, it can take them to the join part on your website. So fantastic for that. It can also drive traffic to your, number 14, it can drive traffic to your Facebook customer group to turn the followers that are on your business page into loyal customers. So for me, the rule of thumb is you're not in my customer group unless you're a customer. Otherwise it doesn't make sense. So if somebody's followed me on my business page and they've clicked on an image and it's taken them to my website and they've purchased, or they've messaged me, I'd like to buy this, or you know, they've put a comment in, how much is this, or what have you. If it's then progressed to a sale, I can then send them the link and they can be invited to my customer group. But also you can actually link, when you set up your business page, you can set up a group tab, and then you can set it up that it's Facebook automatically invites your followers to join your customer group. That is personal choice. If you're happy for your followers to join your customer group but they haven't made a purchase, that's fine. If you want them to make a purchase, then don't necessarily link it, okay? Because the automation works that if somebody likes or follows, they'll get an invite inviting them to your group. It's automatically done. And if they say yes, they go straight into your group. So just be aware of the options there. But it's a fantastic way to drive traffic to you. Number 15, it can improve your rankings on Google search engine. Google is the hottest and the best search engine currently that people use. So you want to be found, don't you? So if I want to find anything, if I wanted local Scentsy Consultant, let's say my Scentsy Consultant has left, and I want to continue to buy Scentsy, but I don't know who to shop with, I don't know where to look to find one, I'll go to Google, local Scentsy Consultant, and the rankings will come up, and the highest ranking consultants tend to be the ones that are going up the ranks, have a high social media presence, have a fully functioning website. It could be independent from Scentsy, so they are quite high up, and they would be the people that people like me looking for a Scentsy Consultant would probably go to. So having a really, really fantastic business page that over time, it's just not going to happen overnight, over time that you create great content, you know, you draw people to you, your rankings on Google will go up. So instead of being like a zillionth, you might go to 1,000th, then you might go to 100, then you might go on to page 3, and so on, okay? And it all helps to support you. It doesn't matter where traffic is coming from, whether it's Google, whether it's social media, whether it's on flyers and pieces of paper that you hand out in leaflet form at events. Where traffic comes from is irrelevant. It can come from anywhere, but the idea is to convert the traffic into paying customers, okay? Number 16, build up reviews for future customers to see how amazing you are, marketing at its best. So you can have a choice where you can add reviews onto your business page, and you can encourage your customers in your customer group to leave you a review on your business page. So you're leveraging an asset. Your customers are already an asset because they already know, like and trust you. They've already purchased from you. They've already got a relationship with you. So you can actually leverage that by asking them to leave a review on your business page. The review on your business page starts to increase your stars because you want to aim for 5-star reviews, and people will see that when they visit your business page. Oh, she's got 5-star reviews, or she's got 30 reviews, she's got 500 reviews. People will be able to read the reviews because there are people out there that are those sort of people that will read reviews before they make contact, make a purchase, etc. And that will attract people to shop with you. That's another funneling effect of a business page. And then once you've got a review on your business page, you can repurpose that review in a post. You can share that post in your customer group, you can share that post on a reel, you can share that post in a story, you can share that post on your personal page if you wanted to. So again, it's marketing. This is all the synergy that I was talking about originally, of how you can use all of the three aspects of your personal page, your customer group and your business page to help you lift your business up to the next level. Number 17, you can treat your business page like a daily blog, a journey of what you do within your business, not just selling and not just spamming. People need to see you, get to like you, get to trust you, but you must add value, okay? So what you will find when you're building a business page is everything is within a cycle. You need to treat each new day that you could potentially have new customer eyes on you, people that have never seen you before, don't really know what you're doing. Would they know what you're doing if they visited your page today for the first time? So when you are creating content, and again, you can repurpose content and all that kind of jazz, but when you are creating content, you want to remember that just because you've written about the fact that a bar of wax lasts 80 to 120 hours last week, well, that post last week will have only been seen by this certain amount of people at the time when that post was live. The people that are visiting your page today are not going to scroll back a week to see if you've written anything about how long wax lasts. So there's a cycle of content that you need to keep going through constantly within your business, and with the mindset that actually today I'm reaching a new audience, today I'm reaching a new audience, today I'm reaching a new audience, okay? So it's very much repeat the fundamentals, repeat the basics, but interject them with all of the things that we've talked about to create variety and interest on your page. So you need to have those fundamentals constantly occurring, but then you need to show all the journeys that you're going through as well. So you'll have customers growing with you, so the know, like and trust, but you'll also have new eyes on you that you have to start again fresh today and again fresh tomorrow, okay? And treating it as the blog is not about anything negative and moaning and whinging about the dog ate a wax bar and all that kind of jazz. It's about your journey as a Scentsy consultant, your truth, what you're up to today, what you're looking forward to, what orders are coming in, what are you doing to prepare for those orders, what samples are you making, where are you going to drop off orders today, who's coming to collect orders today, what are you going to put on your new display unit. It's all about your day-to-day living with Scentsy, being a Scentsy consultant. And the more interesting you can be with what you write, your content, the more interesting it will appear to others, and that's what will attract people to you. Number 18, we're nearly there. Don't expect interaction at all, but if you do, be quick to respond and engage. So a business page is not a community. They're not your friends, they're not your family, they're not your cheerleaders. Do not expect likes, do not expect comments, do not expect shares, okay? Expect none of it. Expect that you look like you're writing and no one's reading. Looks like you're showing up, going live and no one's watching, okay? And that's your ego. If you stop doing that and you think, oh, no one's looking, no one's liking, it's just your ego wanting confirmation that you're doing a good job, I can tell you now, if you're showing up and doing all of the things I've talked about, you're doing a good job. You don't need somebody to come and do a little like to prove that to you, okay? So don't expect interaction, but if you do get it, that's fantastic. That is your opportunity to engage, because again, the algorithm is going to go, oh, interested, we can show this to more people because somebody's commented, somebody's liked, okay? So if you get engagement, and where and when you possibly can reply, get onto your reply, but don't always just go, oh, thank you, kiss. Oh, that's a lovely product. Oh, thank you. Kiss. Because you're not engaging a conversation. That's a lovely product. Oh, thank you. What did you like about it? That's a lovely product. Oh, thank you. I thought so too. Where would you put this in your home? Okay. Open that question up to encourage another reply, because the more replies, the more engagement you get, the more the conversation starts to flow. The conversation starts to flow, the customer starts to get more interested and potentially could go on to a purchase. Okay. Number 19. So, arrows out on your business page, arrows in on your customer group, lifestyle on your personal profile. Okay, so remember those three things. Arrows out on your business page, you want to attract all those people, okay, your target audience, public. Arrows in on your customer group, you want to really connect and build relationships and a community in your customer group. And lifestyle, how does Scentsy benefit you on your personal profile? Okay. And number 20, these are top tips to help you. These are my big tips to help you, okay? Number 1, 100% tip here, 100%. Make sure you understand compliance, okay? Because your Facebook business page is public. There's no room to make mistakes, okay? You have to know what you can and you can't say as far as compliance is concerned, okay? So if you're not confident, the only way you can get confident is to go and learn and then do, okay? But anything where, you know, you're talking about deals or discounts or anything like that, you need to know your compliance rules. And if you talk about income of any description of what you can earn, then you need to make sure you got your compensation plan and all the income disclosure statement attached and stuff like that. So know your compliance, it's really important. Also, top tip, use as many of your own images as possible. So you take photos of the products, use your half price, use your free credits to get the products into your home so you can try them, you can test them, you can photograph them, you can video with them, all that kind of stuff, okay? But make sure your images are fundamentally yours. Either you be in them or have a logo created, or create a logo and have that attached to the image, because what happens is consultants, we all do it, go on and we borrow images from other consultants, okay? We like it, oh, that's a good image, I'm going to use that, which is fine, but Facebook will pick up that that image is being used on 1,000 consultants' business pages that day, and it will go, why is that then? And it will lower the algorithms because it's almost borderline spammy. Facebook doesn't like it. But if you put your logo on it, it becomes yours. Because I'm not going to go and take an image that's got your face on it. So your algorithms stay high. Also, top tip, like I've said, try to post a mix of videos, lives, reels, unique images, events, etc. All creative content to keep your algorithms optimal for you, okay? So really good variety of content. This is something I'm going to be working on next year. Also, be really consistent with your posting. Scheduling is brilliant. You can schedule like a planner in your Meta platform. So attached to your business page is a Meta platform, and that's your behind the scenes, almost like a back office to your business page. And you get this spreadsheet, it looks like a spreadsheet of a diary. You've got all the days, all the months, and you can post, schedule posts for months if you want to. You can take a post from like 3 pages back and duplicate it. It's fantastic, okay? But being consistent is really important. Even when you think nobody's buying, I've not had one single customer from my business page, it will happen. It might take a year, okay? It could take 6 months, it could take 3 months, okay? But if you stop, all of your work straight in the bin. Might not as well have bothered, okay? So it's really important that you understand that you keep going on your business page, because eventually it will convert. Eventually you'll get the content right. Eventually you'll get the branding right. Eventually you'll get the variety right. Eventually your followers start to increase. Eventually people will start to come down the funnel and purchase, okay? But if you stop whilst you're trying to get there, you're just gonna basically nail in the coffin. Bye bye. You got to start all the way, start again from the bottom rung of the ladder. Okay, so consistently posting or scheduling. Another top tip: you can't hide. Okay, you have to be the face of your business. I don't like lives. I don't like my face in selfies. I have all my insecurities. Okay. But I don't listen to my ego that's given me every reason to not do this, because there are people better than me doing it. So why on earth would somebody look at my video? Why on earth would somebody look at my reel? Why would anybody want to buy from me? So you have to just shush the ego. You have to get over yourself, and you have to show up as the face of your business. If you go back to what we talked about right at the beginning about being a virtual shop on the high street, if you invested £50,000, you rented your building, you filled it with the stock, you created your windows, you hired your staff, and you trained everyone, and you said this is what we're going to do, and then you disappeared, no one would know what was going on, because you, the face of the business, are not present. Okay, it's really important that you are the face of your business. And like I said, just keep posting, even if it takes a year to convert traffic, so your audience, into sales, even if it takes a year. And if you speak to Zoe last year, was it last year? I think it was last year. I said to her, you need a business page. It doesn't work, nothing happens. So you need a business page, you need to work it, you need to do all these things that I've told you guys tonight about. And she was really not convinced. And at one point she took her foot off the gas, nail in the coffin, she stopped. And I said, how's your sales going? She's going, oh, I'm just not getting the sales. I went, you need to use your business page. I've been telling you, got to trust me, you need to use that business page. Your customer group is not going to grow your business. So she started again from the bottom rung of the ladder. She restarted creating content, and now her business has grown and grown and grown. Okay, so I don't say these things because they're just words coming out of my mouth. I've done them, other people have done them, and this is all proven, it all works. But you have to have patience and perseverance. Rome wasn't built in a day. You can't start a business page, do it for a month, and expect to suddenly double your PRV or double your team numbers. Okay, you have to put the work in, and it's a free platform, and it just takes imagination and a little bit of time, but if you put that in, you will get the results that you want eventually out of it. Okay, so hopefully those 20 reasons have given you all the reasons and more so about why to have a Facebook business page. Now, the creation of the Facebook business page is easy. You can do it in 5 minutes, okay? And because it is so easy, I've actually found you a video, a step-by-step guide on how to set up a business page, because, you know, there's no point in reinventing the wheel if someone else has done it perfectly fine. So at the top of this video, in the comments, you will see that there's a link, and the link will take you to a YouTube channel, and to a YouTube video, and it is literally how to set up a Facebook business page. If you watch that step by step and follow what he says, you will have a Facebook page set up within minutes. It's a really, really good video. I've watched it myself, otherwise I wouldn't be sharing it with you. So I hope that the content that I've shared with you this evening on why having a business page can change your business, and then the link I've given you where you can go and learn very simply how to set one up. I hope when you combine the both and you start to work on your business page, that you will see the positives, and that with time that you will start to see the results that you want within your business. So there we go. That is this evening's training. Are there any questions? Does anybody have any questions? If you do, pop them in the comments below. I'll have a little look very quickly before I log off, but I don't want to be on any longer because it's just hit the hour mark. So let me know if there's any questions. If I don't see anything in a second, I will presume that you're all okay, but feel free to reach out to me on a one-to-one if you need any further information. I can't see any questions, so I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for taking the time this evening to tune in. I hope this has been useful. If you are growing a team and you want to tag in a team member in the future to this video, feel free to do so they can watch and benefit from it as well. All right, see you later guys, bye.